Welcome to my YouTube channel, Half Fast Hugo. Today we are riding on root canal in Hartley Park. Probably going to do a little ride on the Duluth Traverse today, just to get some miles in. Got some stuff I got to do this afternoon, so we're just gonna have a little fun, get some miles in. I was at a conference in Hartford earlier this week, so now just taking a quick pedal on the Pivot Shuttle SL. Yes, it is an eMTB. So, just having some fun. Like I said, getting a few miles in. Definitely a fun bike to ride. You can argue, is it really mountain biking? Yeah, maybe not. You still got to pedal. There is no throttle. But I can do a good zone 2 heart rate ride, that's for sure. And at my age, it's all about fitness more than anything. I certainly will do a long ride on an analog bike. I have no problem with that. But it depends upon the day and what I'm trying to accomplish. So today, more of a fun ride. Burn off some of the conference food and drink. Get some miles in. Do it a little quicker than I normally would. Like I said, I got some things to do this afternoon, so. Alright. This is Root Canal. I'll catch up with you when we get onto something maybe a little more interesting. Fun trail. As you can see, Root Canal for a reason. It is rooty. Alright, we're riding on the UMD section of the Duluth Traverse. Heading over towards the antenna farm. And man, leaves, they are falling. Jeez. Before you know it, we're going to be riding in snow. Hopefully it's not too short of a fall, because fall riding in Minnesota is some of the best. Usually really nice and cool weather, and you get the leaves changing. Downside is, it can be cooler weather, can snow, and yeah, leaves can cover the trail pretty well. Chester Bowl, another part of the Duluth Traverse that winds its way by UMD and Scholastica. So, as you can see, lots of leaves on the trail. Ran into a few other bikers on the trail. Alright, we are on the Hilltopper Trail. This is by the Marshall School, the Marshall Hilltoppers. So, it's a fun little ride. Some little ups and downs. A couple little switchbacks coming up. But again, part of the Duluth Traverse. If you're going to do the 45-mile race across Duluth, or the whole Traverse, and upon the miles you cut in it, maybe 40 to 45, 48. You get lost, maybe a little bit more. Little switchbacks there. You come in through a little wooded section here. There are some offshoots, but as long as you stick to the trail signage, you'll be fine. Definitely make a day out of it. There are some shuttle services that will drop you off at the other end, so your bikes are waiting for you. There you go. Well, we're up on the central hillside, right below the central high school, and just a cool view, kind of why we live here. Boats out on the Lake Superior, Wisconsin off in the distance. We're heading over there to all those antennas in the antenna farm, and a little snack break, and let's pedal. Alright, so we're on the beginning of the antenna farm trail. And most people either love or hate it. And I have to admit I have a love-hate relationship with it. Sometimes it's fun to go through the technical stuff and chunk in the rock. And other times I freaking hate it. I guess it just depends upon the mood I'm in for the day and maybe how tired I am. We'll see how today goes. I always forget that one. So there's a lot of little beelines like that you got to be careful of. Still trying out my shoulder after my replacement. Feels pretty good today, but not willing to go too crazy on it. But as you can see, there are some other various challenges in here. There's a couple little rock climbs that'll challenge you even on an e-bike. Mainly just because of the technical aspect of it, and it's uphill. Depends upon which way you're going, obviously. You definitely still feel it a little bit in my shoulder on the jolting stuff. So you can see that's got some chunky hits in there. But the views up here are outstanding. And in the thick of the antenna farm. And we'll get over onto Observation Hill and decide if we're going to turn around or not. Should be heading down to Bentonville before too long. Get some riding in down there, so should be fun. Well, that was fun. A little got too slow and the rock stopped me dead. Could have been bad. Felt to tweak my shoulder a little bit. Definitely those muscles have not healed all the way, even though I'm back in the gym and working them. Still not there yet. Ugh. Almost did it again. Yeehaw. Need to be a little more careful here. I can feel that. Yeah, coming up to the climb. This is actually the climb on what we call Observation Hill. Do this all the time on a non-e-bike. And it works. Sucks, but it works. Definitely a little easier on the e-bike. Still running her in eco mode though, but what gets you is you get that little flat and you get this last little punch right there. Almost to the top. Worst is over though. Yeah, it is a nice, beautiful 74-degree day, right around there. About 8.5 miles in. Probably do a turnaround at maybe 20 or 10. I mean, get a 20-miler in. We'll see. Unless I come up with some other creative loop to do or something. We'll see. Coming up to one of the nicest views in the Twin Ports area here. The top of Observation Hill. Beautiful. The lift bridge down there in the harbor. Beautiful day. All right. Well, nice little break at the top of Observation Hill, and now for the ride down. Same thing here as with most of our rides. The fun downhills, you gotta watch for people. Mention the fact that I have not been on a lot of these trails in a while. You're okay. Just me. So this section here is pretty smooth, but like I said, I think this last half of it can get a lot of hikers. There's a nice parking lot right at the bottom, and hikers tend to want to go up to the top and get a great view, which I don't blame them, but it can make coming downhill fast a little bit of a challenge. You have to be ready. Looking ahead, as always. Not too bad with a biker coming up. You can usually see them ahead, but sometimes the hikers tend to blend in pretty well. Plus they're moving slower. Almost to the bottom. And there you go. Observation Hill. Bam. Riding on the Enger Trail, and this is the split to the Craft Connector or up to Enger. So if you are here, the Craft Connector will take you down to the craft beer district, or you can continue on Enger, go across Duluth Traverse, or up to the Enger Tower. So I don't know, let's see how far we're going to go. We're about 9.4, so maybe we'll ride a little bit of Enger and then, yeah, we'll see. Okay, we made our way back over to the Central Hillside Trails. Like I said, some beautiful views here. If you're just doing some hiking or biking around Duluth, any of the Duluth Traverse is just going to give you some great trails to hike or bike on. Hawk Ridge probably being one of the nicer views. Antenna Farm is nice as well. Central Hillside here, the trails, they're nice trails. If you're hiking, it's maybe not as wooded. It's kind of open as you saw, but leaves, they are changing, so it's just a nice day to get out and ride. And if you get up to Duluth, just get out on any of the trails. They're all nice. And a couple from Fargo, gave them some recommendations. Just ran into a church group, chatted with them. They were asking me, so that's kind of cool. But we'll make our way back. All right, heading up onto the Nuns Quarry. I should say down, because it is mainly down. We climbed it on the way over, and now we will get another look at it. From a different perspective of going down. Shoulder's getting a little sore, so but a little chunkier ride, so I thought I might experience some of that. Antenna Farm, a little more rock, and there's some definitely a little more chunk on this route I took, but I figured I wanted to see how the shoulder was holding up, so it is holding up, albeit a little sore. Busy day on the trails, lots of people riding and hiking, running. So we're almost back to Chester here. Gotta cross the road in a minute, and we'll be on the home stretch. All right, back in the UMD section, heading towards Hartley. This is always fun. Thank you, sir. Just me. Always a fun rip. As long as nobody's coming. Yeehaw. Some of those corners get a little tight. You gotta be careful, because there are some trees too, like here. Fun. Got one last little rip here. Kind of extends out, but and a bar on the bridge would not be good. And you can keep the flow going on until we get over to Arrowhead Road. Got a hiker. Thank you, just me. You're good, you're good. A lot of the students back in town have been for a little while. School started late August, so lots of students on the trails as well, biking and hiking. Yeah. Fun when it's groomed in the winter too. Alright, Arrowhead Road, switching over. Alright, the last rip out. And this again, another fun section, but usually lots of hikers or bikers. So we got alright, short intermission while I had to switch my GoPro battery. Battery went dead, so there you go. And as I was sitting there, somebody lapped me. So whoops. Hello, just me. And that's exactly it. It is a fun rip, and there are some jumps in there, but shoulder's a little sore, so we're not doing it. And then the last trail out. This is a fun one too, but today I'm just going to take it a little easy. Looking at 19.95 miles. Be at 20, a little over 20 by the time we get back, which is a nice ride. Excuse me. Bike or ride? Just me. All right, just over a 20-mile ride, 20.2, something like that. Got to roll the Pivot Shuttle SL. Crossed some of the Duluth Traverse, started at Hartley Park, went on over to Enger, and we'll pass the Craft Connector Trail, cut off, and came back. So give me a nice 20-mile ride in. So yeah, beautiful day, running around 75 degrees. So a lot of people outside, a lot of people on the trails, hikers, bikers, all that fun stuff. So hopefully you got outside too. Drop a comment, let me know where you're riding, and you know, hopefully you got out somewhere and enjoying this beautiful weather before, well, at least before the snow flies for us. So as always, like, share, subscribe, help me grow the channel, but most importantly, get outside. Thanks for watching.